Right, it is Friday night, and what time it is? Okay. We have the Australian NASCAR eSeries Truck Series powered by Beat the Dark Mental Health Matters. We are here for the championship race. It's all come down to this. Four drivers vying for the championship. It will be Lockie, Jason, Ron versus Ruben here tonight. We do have, it seems, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars out here qualifying. Let's get down to the actual qualifying times. Get their best laps there. Oh, no, sorry, wrong hour. Get over here. This one, NASCAR time. There it is. Ooh. One of those times is crossing over. I can't quite tell why. But that is actually Lachlan Akijo, obviously 35.5 and 36. Matthew Budd. Ruben Phelps is the third placed time. Then Andy Barber, Jason Holdsworth, Adam Johnson, Marty Mitchell, Tim Blundell, and Brian Blundell, Nigel Seidel, Shay Mello yet to have qualified. I don't think cars are out there. Pretty sure what's going on with that tower. That resets. All right, looks like we're only going to have 6 or 7 qualifiers. Let's have a look at the practice times, I guess, practice results. See there, Andy Barber, quickest, Matthew Budd, Lachlan Akijo, Marty, Mitchell, Ruben Phelps, Tim Blundell, Nigel Sodell, Brian Blundell, Adam Johnson, Jason Holdsworth hasn't put a time down in practice. Currently not six quickest, sorry, that's Adam Johnson, Jason Holdsworth, fifth quickest. All right, looks like that's qualifying over. Let's jump down to the qualifying official results. The board has fixed up. There it is. Lachlan Akijo, Matthew Budd, Ruben Phelps, Andy Barber, Jason Holdsworth, Adam Johnson, Marty Mitchell, Tim Blundell. Actually, the grid will probably show it better there, Bob. Goes Lachlan and Matthew in that front row. Oh my God, I'm off to a rough start. Matthew Budd alongside him, Andy Barber, Ruben Phelps on that second row. Adam Johnson and Jason Holdsworth, Marty Mitchell, Tim Blundell, Brian Blundell, and Nigel Seidel. That is our 11 car field. Yeah, all right. So here we go. 150 laps. Be only one winner. Will that person be one of the four vying for the Friday Night Truck Series Championship powered by Beat the Dark Mental Health Matters? Lachlan Akijo, Matthew, Lachlan Akijo, Jason Holdsworth, Ron A. Thompson, who's not actually out here tonight. Oh wow! I hope everything's okay with Ron. But Ruben Phelps there. So first, third, and fifth. That inside line is championship material. All right, we are off and racing. Hey, cowboy, how are you? Yeah, so this is what Shrubs was talking about. This is what I do on a Friday night and a lot of Australian morning, American nights. But we are off racing Friday night trucks championship round. for Chicagoland Speedway. A doozy. Matthew Budd off to an early lead there. Andy Barber high, Lachlan and Peugeot down low. Now he's going to line up behind them. Behind him, Adam Johnson, Phelps. Running along the bonnet of Matthew Budd here. That's Andy Barber up ahead. Can't see him, but Lachlan and Peugeot just ahead of him down below. There he is there, the 37 and 42. Long races, these ones, Cowboys, so they generally break down in thirds. So the first third, that first 50 laps, generally pretty cautious, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy, and then that'll start to separate them a bit. Cameron's loving the 37 at Matthew Budd right now. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Trying to squeeze a bit of, I was a bit late on the whole making posting for the broadcast, so trying to squeeze a few bites in between passes. All right, so we can see there Andy Barber getting about almost a full second lead on Jason Holdsworth in second. So far, Lachlan Akizio falling that back into third. He's come down 2 spots back to third place, dropping a spot into fourth. Ruben Phelps. Adam Johnson has moved up from 6th to 5th, falling back to 6th from 2nd there. Matthew Budd, Marty Mitchell, where he started 7th place, 8th. Okay, Mello, Nigel Seidel and the Blundell boys, Tim and Brian, 10th and 11th. Matty Raymond. We're about 7 laps in. It is looking like if we jump up the front, Matty Raymond over at YouTube chat, obviously Cowboy Rusty over at Twitch. But if we jump up the front, it's already shaping into a bit of a battle. There's Andy Barber there. Actually, let's get a bit of cam. And Jason, as you can see, not that far behind him. Less than a second off the pace. There's Lockie back there in third. Ruben's back there in fourth. Keeping that top 5 dream alive. Right, as we come up almost at the 10th lap. The routine stuff so far. I'm just trying to see. Maybe. Track map going, but I think the truck logo sort of actually. very tightly packed in. 11 cars, only 3.5 seconds separate first and 11th. But really a lot in it. They are pretty much the longest line. Lap 12 of 150. Yeah, I race Cowboy. I do a little bit of iRacing. I haven't lately. I do a lot more broadcasting than racing. But there's actually a couple of guys on Fat Duck that race as well that I race. You've just joined SRM as well, have you, Matty? All right. It is still Andy Barber, Jason Holdsworth, Lachlan Akisho, Ruben Phelps. There he is there, and then Adam Johnson just behind him. That's the top 5. Let's see here. Matthew Budd, Marty Mitchell, Shay Mello, Nigel Seidel, Tim, and Brian Blundell just back there to make out the 6 to 11. Wouldn't be too concerned if I was 11th or 4th or what at this stage. There's still, what, at least, well, minimum of 2 pit stops between now and the 150th lap. We're only coming up on the first 10th of this race. Pretty much just taking it very right. Race cameras. I think they really do love the Lachlan Akisho, the 42 SRM truck. There's Bonnet. I think it's just put the camera on there, and they're trying to take as much advantage of that as possible. Oh, I didn't read it properly. Just joined. Good luck, SR. I'm an idiot, Matty. Don't mind me, brother. Of course you are. All right. After that, I need to. I wish there was a way of having the teams on the tower as well. That would help me so much. I know I can. Doesn't have the driver details, but it doesn't have the team name on it. Not showing the cars properly. right, lap 20 for 150. Still going to be pretty routine for the next 30, 40 laps, I reckon, unless one tries something brave. No, Ruben's got the 06 machine up into third place. 42 of Lachlan Akijo back to fourth. Not a lot going on. 22 of 150. 229 and the 37. Johnson and Bud. Adam Johnson, Matthew Budd battle it out for the top five spot. Adam Johnson has it at the moment. Bud certainly wants it, but in terms of the championship, though, that bottle in Ruben, Lachlan, and Jason. So Ron Thompson here tonight, unfortunately. He was certainly up for contention, but currently it looks like it is, at this stage, it is going to Jason Holdsworth. Andy Barber would like to win here at Chicagoland Speedway, but it's going to come down to positional finish for Holdsworth, Phelps, and Akijo. Oh, not mean to do that. Last lap at times there. It looks like 32.59, 32.6, 6.3, 6.8 seems to be the average. I see a 6.7 there, a couple of 32.7s and 9s. Certainly that 32.6 seems to be race speed at this stage. Keeping an eye on that gap between Andy Barber and Jason Holdsworth there, just to see if Jason's going to close it out. I think it's been around a 1 second gap pretty much the whole time, but he does have Ruben Phelps, as we see right there behind him. Of course, the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks, powered by Beat the Dark. Mental Health Matters. This is the championship race. 18 races have all led to this 19th race. Championship round. Holdsworth, Phelps, and the 11th car, the 06, the 42. Whichever one of those can finish the highest up at the grid will be our champion tonight. Can Andy Barber hold on and actually take out the Chicagoland race? Look at what it looks like from our fan cam advantage point. A lot of people packed in today for this race. All right, where are we? Lap 31 of 150. So really no one concerned about fuel or tyre wear just yet, but some of those will be looking at the pits and going, oh, I should just go in, try and get a good middle stretch run happening, an early one, and get back out there and just get a good middle stretch happening, and if there's a late caution or wait and see. Probably just about 15 laps before we worry about any of that. Jason Holdsworth, though, see there, has fallen back to third. Ruben Phelps has moved up into second. Andy Barber's still a race leader. Lachlan back there in fourth. Matthew Budd fifth. Shea Mello is in sixth. Marty Mitchell, Adam Johnson, Tim and Brian Blundell, Nigel Seidel as well. Mello moving up into that top six spot on lap 32. Got past Marty Mitchell just after Ruben Phelps passing Jason Holdsworth to that second spot. Andy Barber still a race leader. 11 cars in this battle. The gap from first to 11th has grown to 15, almost 16 seconds. But once again, still plenty of race to come. Lap 34 of 150. Matthew Budd, Lachlan Akisha, that's fourth and fifth. Shea Mello, Marty Mitchell back there as well. Look, Adam Johnson, first cars to enter pit lane. I don't know if he might have hit the wall or whether this is a strategic stop. We'll see how long he's in there for. If anyone follows lap thereafter, they will know he's gone in now. So all right, still that pit lane. Looks like that time frame was about 32 seconds. Though he currently fourth. Last lap time there of 33 seconds flat. Not a bad effort. Best times out there so far. 32 seconds flat. Jason Holdsworth. Then 32.5 for Phelps and Barber. coming up on lap 40 of 150. So the guys sort of churning away through those laps, looking at 32-second lap time. So pretty much, yeah, just over a minute every 2 laps. But the guys kicking them through. Only 21 minutes into the race. That equates to about, 26, just over 25 minutes into the broadcast. And yeah, the boys ticking along here. Adam Johnson has retired, so I thought he'd run a 32-second pit stop. It looked like that was him leaving the race. So hopefully, whatever's keeping him affected will, whether it gets back in and has another run at it, because 110 laps to go, so still plenty of time. Jason Holdsworth just up ahead there, up ahead of those two, Ruben Phelps, and then that dot in the distance, that is Andy Barber. He's pretty much been leading this since he got up there. Started fourth positions back in fourth, second row outside pole, and once he got the car into the lead, has not looked back. Andy passed. There we go. Way back on lap 2. 2.5 minutes into the race, and Andy Barber took the lead, has held on to it ever since. '69 and Nigel Seidel. Ryan Blundell just up ahead of him. Blundell just up ahead of him, and then Marty Mitchell. Jay Mello, they've got the top 5, which be there in front of Shay, Matthew, Bud, Lachlan Kijo, Jason Holdsworth, Ruben Phelps, and Andy Barber, not Ron A. Thompson. Ron not with us this evening. Next 10, 15 laps, maybe we might see cars starting to peel off a little early to get that advantage over the others. We'll have to wait and see. Always a gamble. Up on the first third of this race, though, 47, of 150 laps. right, there we go. We see our first pit lane entrance. I didn't mean to actually do that. Let's get back to live. Somehow I went to a replay of it. Andy Barber has gone into the pits. A new race leader, Ruben Phelps. Looks like no one else has followed in, so everyone moving up a space there. Like Andy Barber, 41 seconds in. Marty Mitchell, he's also gone in as well. So Andy and Marty trying to maybe get a jump on the boys there. Get that run restarted back up again. Marty Mitchell out of those pits. Brian Blundell, he's going to be the third person in. So Marty Mitchell, seconds, not 15 seconds in the pits, 50 seconds total. A couple of other guys starting to drop off now, right at that 50 mark, 51 in, 52. Just had Lachlan Akiju, Brian Blundell, Tim Blundell, Jason Holdsworth. A number of guys just dropped straight into that pit. There's Matthew Budd and Jay Mello racing side by side for the lead. Looks like Matthew's going to settle in with that lead, but he's also going to go into the pits. I think Shay as well. That leaves Nigel Seidel as one of the last cars out there that hasn't gone into the pits yet. Have a look at that pit window. There it goes. There he goes in through the pits as we speak. Guys still rolling in and out of the pits. There, Nigel Seidel, he's in. Looks like there's not much in the way of laps down. I think maybe the 86, Brian Blundell might be a lap down. Nigel Seidel still into the pits. Barb's is a rocket tonight, yeah. Andy Barber wasting no time in getting that car up the front. Let's go have a look at that beautiful black and red machine. Running that midline run, a bit high on the straightaway, comes down low for the dog leg, I guess. Doing great so far. Shrubs. Joe Bob, cheers for the games last night. The Twitch chat. Yeah, that was so much fun. Get onto Shrub. God, I don't have the shout outs and all that stuff. Sorry, Shrubs. I'll have to help me set those up. But yeah, check out Shrub God on Twitch. Him and buddy my Griff the Merciless are very long-term old mates. Playing some chain together and turbo golf racing. And yeah, only reason I'm not playing that right now probably is because I've got this broadcast. But I reckon, Shrubs, if you are keen usually finish this up a bit after 10, but if you are keen this evening for more, I am down. All right, Lachlan, bit of a run there. Lachlan's just made his way from fourth up into second. Got past Jason Holdsworth and looks like he had a bit of a run, so he kept it going past Ruben Phelps, moving him back to third. So that's going to put him up there in that second spot as the main challenger for Andy. That gap, that's a 12-second gap right now. Jump up to Andy Barber. Oh, that's like almost half a track away there. Get back to the NASCAR cam. Yeah, he should be. He got on nothing. All right, coming up on lap 60 here. Andy Barber still a race leader. Only the 10 cars remain. Only 4 cars actually in the battle for the championships. There's a few things at stake here. There is, of course, the win. 150 laps at Chicagoland Speedway for the Australian NASCAR series. That brings with it certain bragging rights. But 4 drivers before today were eligible to win the championship. Second place, Lachlan Akijo. I think I said that about 7 different ways this time. Sorry, Lockie. Ruben Phelps and Jason Holdsworth, they're all currently second, third, and fourth in this race. Ron A. Thompson is the fourth, but not here racing with us tonight. So out of those 3, whoever finishes the highest will be Friday night Brooks beat the Dark Champion. Jason Holdsworth there dropping it back. Shea Mello got him for 4th position. And Matthew Budd, Marty Mitchell, Tim Blundell. Just, oh, we might have lost Jason connection-wise. Let's go back to the passing moment. Have a bit of live time here. Oh, my camera's being stupid. There's Jason there. Currently in the pit. Let's see. Caused him to fall back that far, but back to the live stuff and back to the track. There we go. But yeah, Jason Holdsworth still on the track? No, he's not still on the track. Not sure what has happened there. Not updating that gap, but it doesn't say he's out, so I'm not sure what actually happened here. Oh, there we go. It says jump to the pits. All right, so he might have managed to get that car to the pits. Coming very close on at that halfway mark as these boys just chop through this racing schedule. At lap 69 of 150, barely 40 minutes into this feature race. Andy Barbara, race leader, Lachlan Kiju and Ruben Phelps, second and third. Shay Mello is in fourth. Matthew Budd, fifth. Marty Mitchell, Tim and Brian Blundell, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Nigel Seidel and Jason Holdsworth, ninth and 10th. Adam Johnson has retired. Yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you, Matty. Might have jinxed Jace a little bit tonight with a bit of build up. He is about 3 minutes back, which is about 5 laps. Nigel Seidel lap down, top 8. Blundell boys of Brian and Tim in 8th and 7th. Marty Mitchell in 6th. Top 5 has not changed. Lap 73 of 150. No yellow flags yet. So we want to try and jinx those. There's not been a single yellow flag caution yet in this 73 lap green flag run. The boys in and out of the pits once, so I'm not sure. I think some of them did take tyres. Probably the most of them did. But looking at their pit run, let's have a look at the strategy. See there, about 50, 52 laps was the maximum amount of time run on these tyres. Those boys coming up on the halfway mark of that strategy. Obviously, some look like they're breaking out down in thirds. You have, I believe, 2 sets. So obviously, you've got your original set and then your set. You get 2 spares. So yes, you get originals, then you change 50. probably try and race them out. I wonder how many of these guys won't go in at the 100 lap mark and might try and drag that out more to get the best out of that run. That blue 70, that looks like a North Melbourne Football Club wrap on that truck, and we say to that, go the Hawks. Right now, the championship battle is between Lockie and Ruben. 42 in the 06, the 70 there just behind them. While they battle it out through the 78th lap. Oh, some dropping down into the pits already. No, just getting that low line down through the dog leg. As these boys race through to get to their 79th lap. It's going to grab a quick drink. I'll be back in a moment, guys. All right, I am back. Matty Raymond on YouTube says Lockie's catching up Barberini. This looks like it'll be a good finish. That gap in half a second. Lachlan in first, Andy second. So it looks like Lockie did get him. He got him back on the 80th lap. We're on lap 84. My benefit, and I want to try and show off. Let's get back and watch that moment happen. There's Andy Barber in at the lead. Lachlan just drops down low and sends it. That's it. Run on by past him. That race car up in the backstretch down that high lot and consolidated that play into first place. Now he's got the 86 Brian Blundell, who is about to be a lap down. Well, pretty much a lap down. He's about 17 seconds down, but as Lockie gets past him, so Ruben gets past him. Barber back there in second. You can just see Lockie up there ahead of him. He's got Ruben right behind him as well. Knowing that championship is on the line. Ruben and Lockie obviously looking to get this one going. Southern Stars in the middle there, but the SRM boys really worked very, very hard this season. And, oh, hello, brother. We just get a random American tuning into these Australian Friday night broadcasts. I love it. How are you, brother? Thanks for tuning in, calling in. This is the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday night trucks powered by Beat the Dark. They've actually raced 18. Well, this is their 19th week championship round here at Chicagoland Speedway. The blue car that you see on your screens ahead of the black and red 5 and the green and black 06 just back there behind them. They're the two cars battling it out for the championship. Jason Holdsworth is championship battle, but 5 laps down in 10th at the moment with about, 60 something laps, 62 laps to go. There's still room for things to change. But I think much like Maddie said in the YouTube chat, this is where the battle is. One lone Southern Stars car sort of trying to upset the SRM boys for getting a 1-2, making them really work for it here tonight. 6 a.m. Wow, yeah. We do have an American who normally races in this one. I think he's slightly different time zone because I think he's like an hour ahead. Or maybe it is about the same time. But yeah, he's normally up early and racing with us. Oh, look out. That 06, that familiar drop down and run through that inside line. Going to try and come back up the track, but the 5 was pretty quick on exits, so has been able to slot behind his teammate in the 42 car. But I think he would much prefer to be up high up there where Lockie is. Had another run at it, but the 05 just hard on that throttle. Keeps that nose between the truck and the wall. But unfortunately, a little bit of wall contact there was the end of that battle. 06 passes 5 for second place. That's Ruben Phelps passing Andy Barber for second. I'm going to go back a little bit and have a look at some of these other battles that are going on around the track, but camera wants to stay up the front for this top 3 battle. Right along with Andy Barber in 3rd place. Game LA back there as well. And Facebook, well, I got to get to work. I'll see you Sunday night for the late model race or DSS. Good luck, brother. Yeah, man. Sunday night, the Monday morning Australian, Sunday night American. Knuckleheads Spy Racing, but we're international late models top competition. So yeah, see you then, Ken. Good luck, brother. What's coming up on the hour and the triple digit lap count, 94 of 150 laps in. Whoa, Ruben, a little bit, not sure what happened there, but a bit of a correction. Shot down the track, got back up to where he needed to be, heading the right direction. So it's not sure what happened, but he fixed that one quick, smart. Definitely would have woken him up if he was getting a bit drowsy. Hope he wore a brown race suit. All right, less than just over half a second, sorry, separates this top three pack. Is Lockie Okiko, Guijo, sorry, Ruben Phelps, Andy Barber. That is that top three. We do see Jay Mello in the North Melbourne 70 just racing past our camera and a little bit back further, 3 seconds back in the distance. Matthew Budd in that top five spot. Look, Ruben's going to make a play for that lead. Lockie up high, Ruben down low. Ruben might have the speed and just that slight nose advantage. Times it right. There it is. Just before entry. Comes up and takes that line away. Lockie's going to stay a little bit lower though. So this boy's going to race each other a bit here, are they? Let's see what happens. But Ruben Phelps, our new race leader. Buddy Mitchell into the pits there on lap 97. Oh, Andy Barber as well. Definitely a few of these guys breaking that race up into thirds. Good, smart strategy. Some of them have left tyres relying on that late caution, and it just doesn't come. And trend for cautions tonight is definitely zero, so I'd do the same. I'd split it. It's all right. For some reason, it was like, let's go check out Andy in the pits. Our race leader, second place, Shay Mello. Cars come out. Lockie's still in the pits. Marty Mitchell also still in the pits. That pit strategy is see how they've mapped it out there. That up. Sorry, yeah, here we go. Laps of when they've pit. So yeah, it looks like everyone on that 50 laps that strategy. Phelps has gone in to the pits. Shea Mello is going to take a run at the lead now. Guys have had that battle, but now it's Shea. He'll hold on to that for a little bit before he lights. Jobs Tim Blundell, Brian Blundell, all in the pits, as you can see via that leaderboard. Andy Barber, Lockie, and Nige lap down. Hardy Mitchell, Jason Holsworth, 5 laps respectively, but so these boys better get some of those laps back here. Shay going in through the pits. There and there we go. Shay Mello in. So I think Andy Barber's going to take this race lead back over again. Ruben, he's back out in second actually, so that's not a bad run for him. Lockie in third. Andy Barber's the race leader. Here in fourth, Shay Mello, Matthew Budd is the top 5. Hodge might still be in pits, or no, it looks like it's only just in. Coming out now, 14 and 9 as 0.9 second pit visit. Lap time 43 seconds on that one, so not a bad pit stop there for Nige. A lot of them getting around that 42, 43 mark, some a little bit longer. Out as quick as possible, a little bit of damage. Sometimes it's better just to chip away at it rather than stay in a bit longer on that initial stop. That could account for some of those differing times, but lap 105 or 150 over the hour mark on the broadcast, just under the hour mark in the race. Once again, keeping good pace, these boys. Right now, that check belongs to Ruben Phelps. Would go to Lockie. Go to Jason. Right now, it does look like it's belonging to Ruben. The race itself was all Andy Barber earlier tonight. It has become all Andy Barber again after that latest stint. We're on our third stint here, pit-wise. If there's any guys that have stayed out, let's try and get. Doesn't look like they have. Don't look like any of them stayed out at all. Yeah, but everyone has had a pit. Jason went in obviously back there on lap 60. They had a 10-lap run. Had 40 laps on his current stint. I had a Bob's button, but there's the caution count. Go with that. All right, we're on lap 108 as I play around here. 109 of 150. We are riding on the bonnet of our leader. There's the second place, Shay Mello right there. Lockie third, Andy Barber just back there in fourth. Let me have a quick look through some of that because, yeah, I just realised Andy Barber falling back down through the field on lap 107. Ollie and Moist, thanks for the like. There you guys. All right, that top five still less than 3 seconds separate them. The top four less than 1 second. So this is a tight battle there. You see Shea Mello. He's going to come out of the woodwork and just battle Ruben Phelps for that race lead. As I say, we've got a few battles going on tonight. We've got the championship race. So the winning of that, obviously winning Chicagoland Speedway brings its own bragging rights. But three of the drivers on the track are vying for the actual title of champion of the Australian NASCAR eSeries Friday Night Trucks. Powered by Bet the Dark Season 1 here, and right now, Phelps, our race leader, is the man. Andy Barber, Shea Mello, they're racing up here, sort of keeping Lockie back a little bit. He's the other competitor, the other main competitor in that championship. Lockie and teammates. So see how they go, getting themselves back up together. Have been running a 1-2 situation earlier. There we go. Shea Mello, lap 1-1-4. He's going to take the race lead, it looks like. Let's get up to that battle up the front. Coming right down off the track through that dog leg. Straight back up, but that's going to give Ruben that inside line, and I feel like that's the passing line because you can put a natural slide line out of the turns if you've got that speed, and if the other person tries to ride it too high like Shea just did then, you can bang into the wall as well, and that will just slightly affect that momentum. You can see some gap there. You'll see Ruben just float up that track in front of Shea, take that race back in, take that lead back under control. Up 1-1-7 of 150. Looks like Marty Mitchell headed into the pits there on lap 114. Jason might be able to get some laps back in this particular point of the race, but may not be enough to get him back into the battle. Hello's going to go back and try and battle Ruben. That's going to wear a bit of the tyre. Wear a bit of the tyre wear out. I got lost on that sentence with that battle with Andy Barber and Lockie back there as well. Be a very interesting run to the finish here. Won't see any surprise pit visits. I wonder if anyone's kept anything in reserve, if there is a late caution. Not a single caution so far, so yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out. Up the front for this battle, though. It's now we've still got 30 something laps to go, but Shea Mello has put it all out there tonight. He's got the North Melbourne pride going on. Oh, Hawks. No, my stepdad. Rest in peace. He was a supporter. Loved his Wayne Carey. So big respects, go Shay. But Ruben and Lockie, they're battling it out for the actual championship here. So I guess you'd say they'd want to win the race, but at the same time, they wouldn't want anything to really jeopardize that championship run. As long as you finish ahead of the guys, where it is that you finish, as long as they're behind you. And right now, Ruben has that set, even though Lockie is teammate. Lockie's in 5th place. He's headed in to the pits there. Matthew Budd, Ron Barber, 3rd and 4th. Tim Blundell may get himself up into that top 5 position if, depending on how long Lockie is in the pits for. Lockie not long in there. Maybe he's concerned about that fuel run. Sure that he had enough. Miller and Ruben Phelps battle it out up the front still here with Matty Budd and Andy Barber as well. Tim Blundell's the top 5. Also the lead lap cars. Ruben getting right up under that 70. Getting that speed going. That's a good move because if he can separate himself from Matthew with him and Shay, then comes a 2-truck race. And if Ruben backs himself over that one, I think that's where that confidence will come in. So we'll see how that plays out. But Jay, not really looking very phased by any of these battles yet. That front on angle really looks like he gets that nose buried so deep in the rear of that truck. But then the camera pans and you realise good, foot distance is definitely a fair amount of gap there. It doesn't look so sinister, but geez, as he comes up on him, it does look like he comes up quick. Lachlan's got himself a lap down. Jason's still 5 laps down. Ruben Phelps in a second there on our screens. You don't want to jinx him, but you got to feel like Ruben's feeling pretty confident with 25 officially to go. He'd like the race lead, but I don't know. I think he might be content to let Shay just race his set off, making sure he keeps it because doesn't matter. He finishes second. He still wins that championship. He's still the official Friday Night Truck champion. Barber back there in 4th. Matty Budd just up ahead of him with Ruben and Tim Blundell, Lockie back there behind them. Oh, that's the 42 up there with the 37, but because he's a lap down, not actually racing for that 3rd place of Matthew Budd. I guess trying to get that run going so you can try and get that lap back somehow before the end of the race. Both SRM drivers. Yeah. 37 of Matty Budd would just be trying to slingshot Lockie through, get that speed up, and then get back behind and push him as fast as he can to get him up through the packs. See if he can climb his way back through it. That slide up the track coming very close. I reckon paper thin between the wall and the trucks there. That looked cool. Just 20 to go. Looks like Andy Barber has moved himself to the pits. Not sure what has happened there, but no yellow, no caution. Buddy Mitchell and Jason Holdsworth still 3 and 5 laps down. A few of those back on Andy here if it's not a simple stop for Andy. Lap down, Lockie, Nigel, Brian, 5th, 7th. Top 4, Tim Blundell, Matthew Budd, Ruben Phelps, and Jay Mello. Where you start to work out if your plan left you enough fuel and tyres. If you've raced it off with some of the things you can't control or expect or predict. These little battles like Shay and Ruben, for example. Yeah, it's see if you left enough for the reserve, but 17 laps to go. There's very little race time left. $15 remain. No, 6. I can't read. Tim Blundell back there, just behind him. Often as well. Roger Seidel, Brian Blundell, Marty Mitchell, Jason Holdsworth, Andy Barber, not in race anymore, neither Adam Johnson. Let's get back to the actual track action. There we go. See that little bit of slide on exit as the boys come out. That is sometimes intended, sometimes not wanted. Always fun and exciting as that rear end just slides out a little bit as you're pushing out of a turn or trying to straighten that car up and it just kicks a little bit. Trying to hug that inside line and that rear's just going a little bit pushy and starts to slide out on you. This battle with 13 to go, Shea Mello and Ruben Phelps. Two very different battles on the track right now. This one battle right here between 1 and 2. This is for bragging rights for the Chicagoland Speedway race, the championship race race here decides who our champion is. It's not decided by who wins the race. It was decided by points and playoff status. And Ruben Phelps, Lachlan Akijo, Jason Holdsworth, and Ronnie Thompson were the four men vying for the championship here tonight. Unfortunately, Jason 5 laps down. Ron Thompson not in the race with us tonight. Hope all is well, buddy. And leaving it down to basically Ruben and Lockie, teammates, second and fifth place right now. Ruben battling for that lead with Shay here. Coming up very close to that 10 to go. Not much left to go in this Australian NASCAR eSeries battle. Was 10 to go. The boys come past that Geico start, finish, restart zone and get the 9 to go ahead by Barney in the tower there. Single digit laps remain. Who will win tonight's race? Will it be Mello? Phelps? Could it be Bud or Blundell? Know that at this rate, Ruben Phelps will be our 2024 Friday Night Trucks Season 1 champion. Had a pretty impressive 19 races. Regular 6 playoff at the 19th course. This one we're seeing it right now live on Bobeth TV, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Take your pick as to which social media service you prefer. Now, if you want to go to TikTok. All right, coming up on 5 to go, and this is very much the tail end of the tail end of the tail end. It has been a long 19 weeks, 150 laps later, and 145 really, because we've still got 5 to go, Bob. But we are here in the dying throes of the championship race. Dave Mello has ran a great top 5 run, kept himself in that contention with those pit stops, and has raced a great battle against Ruben at this stage. So I better shut up because he's hitting the wall there. That would very much be a part of the broadcaster's curse. Barely minutes remain in this race. This is crazy. It has come down to this little battle here. Shea Mello with a Chicagoland Speedway run of a lifetime. Can he hold off Ruben Phelps with 3 to go? Look, he's getting a little bit of better distance and speed. Not dropping down below that white line down onto the apron there. trying to shorten that track and just take a lot out of it. Hope that the speed, the distance saved equals speed lost there. But definitely stay with the two to go penultimate lap. Very, very comfortable. All right, the way we're going, we might as well we'll talk to the winner first and the second place second, because at this stage, second place Ruben Phelps is going to be our 2024 Season 1 champion. Friday Night Trucks powered by Beat the Dark. Dark and Nitro Racing really helping put together an amazing competition season. It has been brutal 19 weeks. But white flag lap, this is it, the final lap. Unofficial results will start to filter in soon, but it looks like Joey Mello is going to be our winner. Second, Ruben Phelps. Matthew Budd in third, Tim Blundell and Lachlan Aquijo in fourth and fifth. See the unofficial results on our screen. We'll which of the official results are tallied, and we'll bring those up, but they're really wrong. Bob's software's those cars just finish those laps off. There he is, though. Shea Mello in the 70, the North Melbourne 70 wins Chicagoland Speedway. Ruben Phelps will take that championship. What am I looking for? Results. That's what I am looking for. Get those results up. Shea Mello, yeah, Privateer wins. Ruben Phelps for SRM Australia, second. Matthew Budd, third. Blundell, fourth. Lockie, Nigel, fifth and sixth. Brian Blundell, Marty Mitchell, Jason Holdsworth, Andy Barber, and Adam Johnson round out the rest of that field. All right, let's jump over to the Discord, see if any of the boys are going to be free for a chat. Burnout as well. He has taken out the championship, so he has that. Our race winner, but Ruben's still out there just ripping. He's got no use for those tyres. We might as well use them up, he says. I ain't going. I ain't near where he's going. Championship plane. There he goes. Ruby, Ruby, Ruby. Guys, Chiefs say the championship. Congratulations. Great battle by Lockie, Jason Holdsworth, Ron Thompson throughout that playoff run. That was some great battles there. Um, all the other drivers throughout the season as well. You guys put on some awesome NASCAR racing. I came in not really knowing. I knew how to race trucks. I raced a little bit of NASCAR trucks, but hadn't really broadcasted for a dirt broadcaster. And little friend, here we are 19 weeks later, and you guys have put on an amazing, amazing season. Big ups to Beat the Dark and Nitro Racing for their sponsorship and support of the Australian NASCAR eSeries. The Nitro drivers who show up every week with passion and determination. Massive shout out to Jason Dodge. They're the two guys I've worked with the most. But I know that Tom and Andy and some of the guys in the background also do their thing. All right. Don't seem to have a Shay Amella. Oh, we've got Matty Budd. Do have we can at least let's get Matty's perspective started. Actually started on the front row outside pole, didn't you? Matty qualified second.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it looked like you, along with a lot of the other guys out there tonight, we're going to go you might have been a little bit over on the first run, a little bit under on the second run. Was it always coming into tonight's race? Was that pit strategy always the key?
Well, clearly from the fuel, it was going to end up like that, but I sort of did a bit of practice just with that long run. My goal was to just save enough fuel so I could run hard at the end, and I just went a bit too aggressive on a setup change on the final stop, and the car was just too loose, so wasn't able to keep up.
Yeah, and it looked like that might have been the smart choice. Watching Shay and Ruben battle out, look, a couple of those other sort of the like traffic battles as well. It looked like a few guys did leave a bit something for reserve and did try to leave it all out there on the track and make sure that there wasn't any doubt. But yeah, that top five all race, whether it was I think whether it was your Andy Barbers, I think Base early in the race, Lockie and Ruben had teamed up there as well. Tim, when he gets up there, if he can get Brian with him, he'd be really dangerous as well. Were there any points in these races, especially because they're green flag runs? Were there any points in those races like not wishing for a caution, but just sort of trying, having to, well, not trying, but having to bide your time to be patient or something? Or was it sort of be able to race the race you wanted to race?
When you're saving that amount of fuel, probably not. You really want to be pushing, having a good solid race, because at that most of the race I was just sitting at the back, just sort of lifting and coasting, saving where I can. So obviously you want to race hard, but there's a bit of an art to the style of racing, so it is a bit of fun because you don't do it every week. So as long as you're not doing it every race, it is quite enjoyable. But yeah, halfway through the race, I was like, I would love to be able to push right now, which some of the guys did. But it is what it is.
And we did see a little bit of that in the playoffs, especially that second round, round races two, three, round two, where it is 100, 150 lap races. So you look at the first 50, pretty routine. Trying to sort of finish for that in the broadcast, but there were just a couple of guys that were just, I don't know if they were just a little bit bored or thought they had a bit of fun, but they were just racing, not hard, but a little bit harder than you would that first race. And I know that that temptation is real. I do get that myself when I'm in the trucks, and I think that's the key behind a good driver and a great driver is knowing when to quench that. It's like those runs. Some people get a run and they just try and go down the middle or the outside because they don't want the speed. Knowing when to get rid of that and save that excitement for a later part of the race is a big a big part of being a great driver versus driver. And I think you guys all lean towards that great driver sort of decision making. That's what leads to these battles. Sure, what happened with Andy late in that last sort of 25 laps, but it looked like he was going to be one of the main threats up there. Is it harder or easier when you're sort of battling someone and then they fall out or whatever happens, whether it's connection crash, whatever. They just sort of drop out of that battle, and then all of a sudden you've got a new battle to go. Is it easy to adjust in those situations?
Uh, it does depend because usually you keep an eye on who you're racing around. So when they're pitting, what they're doing, how their car's handling. So when you're then trying to look at someone else that you have may not be watching for the last how many laps, it kind of can be difficult to adjust. And you kind of get caught into the trap of reacting to what they're doing. Maybe they're running a bit harder somewhere, or they're saving a bit more, and you think maybe should I, because
Yep.
you're not too sure what they've been doing. So yeah, adjusting like that is difficult.
I definitely think the apron through the dog leg just after the Geico restart zone. I feel like that was a point of that where some people are so intent on following someone that you do that natural sort of you don't even realize you're down below the apron before you by the time you're down there, and some guys would sort of do that for a lap or two, and then be like, no, I'm staying up above it now, and purposely disengaging during points. And yeah, they're interesting parts of the race because it's not like dirt where you're following the leader doing what they're passing. You can't really go quicker in draft and factors. Can be beneficial, like we saw tonight with Shea in the great seat battle. Shea's credit was that he stayed up high. He stayed off of the line that Rube trying to drag him down onto because he knew he was lap times. And a good thing to, especially as I say, sitting at third, you get a great seat to watch that sort of stuff.
I definitely do. Unfortunately, towards the end, I wasn't able to see as much of it as from you guys in the booth, so I could see them up in the distance, getting side by side. I think Rubes earlier, because he was running a bit harder at some points, was going down there just to break the toe of the guys that were drafting to try and mean they get less of a suck down the straight.
Rest of that pool,
But
yep.
yeah, mostly that, but also a bit of um, seeing red, I guess, and going for a good lap.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, look, congratulations, man. That was 19 weeks of some of the most intense racing. The just the sheer number of laps that you guys do. As I say, 19 weeks later still blows me away. Um, guns of steel and massive shout out to you guys for just always putting on a good show and week in week out. Congratulations, man. Before I let you go, though,
Thank you.
friends, family, and sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out for sort of making this?
Oh, probably my partner for allowing me to
Yeah,
buy a
yeah.
nice fancy rig at the moment. I upgraded not that long ago because my last one sort of fell apart. I spent a bit of money to get myself something nice for once a year. Wouldn't be here without that. So
Definitely, definitely. I always say the partner is the unsung crew chief hero of our group, but yeah, definitely when it comes to those sorts of financial, I myself, I'm sitting in a pretty comfy fiberglass racing seat at the Track Racer RS6 sim that definitely would not be possible without my lovely partner. Um, I think she can. I hope she can hear. I want to put her. No.
the
So no.
accountant.
Yeah, the accountant, Minister for War and Finance. Um, all right, my man. I'll let you go. You go join the
Thank you.
post race chat, and yeah, look, congratulations on a great season. Congratulations on the
Cheers.
third place run.
Thank you. Cheers for doing all the broadcasting, and thanks for the guys for putting this on. It's really a lot of work, so I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, that was Matthew Budd. Now we're going to skip Ruben really quickly. Oh, sorry, Shay, I just caught you probably mid conversation. I apologize there.
No, you're right.
Yes, we're going to skip Ruben. We'll jump to Ruben. There's no point doing a second drive, a second place interview, then getting you, and then coming back to him for the win. So we'll skip him. We'll jump straight up to you now. Out of the first sort of, I think the maybe we'll say what the first 110 laps of that race. The sort of the outlook looked very different. You had your Andy Barbers, you had your Jason Holdsworth for a bit there, Lockie Rubin, everyone else contending, but you were sort of back there in that top five battle for a lot of that sort of, I guess, middle third. Was that a design choice to sort of stay with the race, but stay out of sort of too much of the action?
Yeah, I pretty much the whole race. I just looked at my fuel calculator, sort
Yeah.
of trying to use the same amount of fuel per lap. So I knew doing my final pit stop, I could pit a lap later, and then yeah, I just sort of had enough fuel to be able to go as fast as I want for the last stint.
Yeah. Now, in saying that, and obviously those fuel calculators are a godsend because, yeah, you can sort of get your min, max, your average. You can sort of go, all right, well, I know I can really give it to her here. There were a few battles there between yourself and Ruben that looked like they were possibly using a little bit more tire, a little bit more fuel than uh, might have been in the game plan. Was that sort of a bit of a worry there where you were like, oh, damn it, he's got me this time. I might not be able to have enough to get him back and hold it, or did you just pedal to the metal and
No,
go, we'll
no,
worry about that?
I had enough fuel, and I was trying to when I got the inside, I tried to keep them on the outside, and down the front straight, sort of not go to the line, stay out of it, make him burn his fuel up.
Yep.
And because a couple of weeks ago at Iowa, he beat me in the B and the C, and I was just like, I've got to get him back somehow.
Gotta get there. Well, look, you picked one of the best nights to do it. Obviously, a few battles on his mind there tonight. Poor Rubes. It looked like it was going to be him and Lockie, 1 and 2. Jace was up there for a long time until he had, I think, maybe a connection issue and didn't get
Yeah,
back
he had
into
to
the
drop
race.
out. Jace would have had me night and day if he would have, because he had the same pit strategy as me, and I know I can't keep up with him.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. So it's fun and good when you can emulate those that you sort of look up to or look to for that sort of stuff. And same deal. I've had a go when I was dirt street stock racing, and I just sort of, you start to nail a few tips and tricks, and you're like, yeah, I'm loving this. And then when it comes time to race the student versus the teacher, you're just like, no, okay, this is where it's going to make me go all the way back to feeling like a rookie again, because they just have that little extra that I guess not that they're holding back, but just that you're not quite there yet, and they are, and yeah, Jace definitely. I said to him this last week, he was definitely the favorite coming in. I think I ultimately jinxed everyone, those two, because I said that Jace, based on the points, based on results throughout the season, he was the favorite in my eyes. But the Bobeth TV, the personal favorite, the one that I was sort of watching that I thought I would like to see, but Ron A. Thompson, he wasn't here tonight. He unfortunately didn't race, and Jace obviously had the connection issues. So I feel like I really jinxed those two. So I tried not to jinx you guys up the front too much watching that battle. But geez, it was a lot of fun watching that. It was watching you come down to that under that white line and sort of match Ruben, and then when you decided to stick up that little bit more, and you just had that nicer sort of entry into 1 and 2 or those little, I guess, mock drift float up sort of exits that you guys were doing on each other.
Yeah.
It was just some great, great racing, but it was just fun to watch. It's sort of like, oh, no, line's not clear yet. I can't push in there. And it's like another lap. Yep, try and push in. Nope, can't. Another lap. Okay, yep, I can push in now. And no, awesome, awesome
And
racing.
Ruben, every time I've raced him, is like Jason. They're clean races. It's fun racing against them. Like they won't slide up on you on purpose to slow you down. Like they'll be a bit courteous and that.
Yep.
Where I've been in other races where people just like, I've got to get in front of this person.
Yeah, yeah,
Where,
that.
like they're very clean races, and that's why I sort of look at them and it's like that's how I want to race. So if someone hears my name, it's not like, oh, he's dirty, you races, this, that, and everything. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, he's clean. Occasionally you'll have an accident like everyone else, but yeah.
No, definitely, definitely. I know that one. And yeah, even the pushes. The pushes are very, very like. There's a few times there in that race where I think Ruben or yourself could have. It really just got that nose right up under the truck and just destabilize it, and not enough to crash them or turn them, but to really put the effort in, and that's valid racing. But even that sort of level of racing, it's like, no, I've got the bubble. I'm back here. I can get the slingshot, or I can fake him down low to go high. You look at all the options that really, I think, are a lot more showman than some of the other tactics. You really do earn those races well that way as well.
I reckon it comes down to probably the paint scheme I'm using as well.
Yep, you reckon the paint gives you a couple extra tenths of.
No, it seems like me
Oh,
15's
that's
doing
right.
good.
Yeah, it's North
Yeah,
Melbourne. That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Go Hawks. Every
Because
time
I had to say that because one of the races you go, you didn't like my paint scheme.
I got to remember my stepdad, big North Melbourne supporter. My son, actually, my kids growing up, whenever we would have footy day, there would always be Hawks, all three of them. And then, my ex-wife called me. She's like, "Oh, you going to football day with the kids?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "All right, well, they come around in the morning. They'll be dressed." And I come around, and my oldest daughter, Hawks. My youngest daughter, Hawks. My youngest son, North Melbourne. I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, "Yeah, I go for the North Melbourne Dad." He met some players at some sporting event or something, and was just like, "Okay, now I'm a North Melbourne supporter." And it's like,
Oh, I'm the same. Everyone in my family barracks for St Kilda. Even though I'm from South Australia, they barrack for St Kilda, and I just North Melbourne. It was just like, I don't know. It was just the Cracker Brothers back in the day did it for me
yep,
watching them.
yep. Well, my stepdad, yeah, Carey and Who was the other guy? Who was the captain that the guy that he's Kerry? Obviously, Kerry
Oh,
was
yeah, Gary Stevens.
ended up sleeping with his wife and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Stevens. Yeah.
But they were just powerhouses on the field. Like it was just some good footy. You know, you had the Barnstools and all of them. But anyway, I could talk about that all night.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually enjoying watching it again. Bit
Yep.
like I've been enjoying the truck since they did that aero update.
Yep. No, I'm hearing that a lot, and I haven't raced since. So I've really got to. I'm looking at my wheel now, and I can see the USB cable just unplugged. So I'm going to plug it back in, and maybe do some racing this week. See what it's like because
Totally,
I'm hearing
totally
really
different.
good
It
things.
is. Yeah, it's a lot better. Last time at Chicagoland, it was like a super speedway. Just
Yeah.
people were just wrapping the top, pretty much flat foot the whole race. Now you had to get to that bottom. And the races I've done during the week, people are wrapping that top about 22, 23 laps in. They're loose, and once you're up the top, you can't get back to the bottom again.
Yep. All right, I'll have to check them out. All right, my man. Look, congratulations on that win. The hard charges were obviously 8 spots up to get there. So great effort. Before we let you go, is there anyone you want to sponsor, family, friends, thank for getting you here tonight, buddy?
Oh, just probably Nitro and probably Russ with all the setups he does every week, and all the boys at Nitro. But yeah, mainly Russ. If I've ever got a problem, he's the one person who's more than happy to lend a hand to help you. Same as Jace has been. Oh, I can't tell you how helpful Jace has been to me since I've been on here.
Awesome. Matty Raymond said in the YouTube chat, Shay's a lot. Shay's a top bloke, well deserved. Always loved racing him. So yeah, definitely fans on and off the track, my man. Well, look, congratulations. Best of luck with everything else that you've got going on. I know it's a 2 week break before season 2 starts. But yeah, bragging rights for Chicagoland tonight. Um, Congratulations.
Cheers, thanks a lot for that, and you have a
Thank
good night as well.
you too, man. Bye.
Yeah.
All right, that leaves us with, well, he finished second place here tonight, but I couldn't interview him in second place and then bring him back and do that all over again. So, Ruben came down to 4 guys tonight after the process of elimination and data connections. Pretty much come down to you and teammate Lachlan. Points wise for the championship. Ultimately, you got it done. Wasn't easy though. That battle that yeah, you had a few different battles in that top 5, top 3 sort of position. But that one towards the end there was Shay. He felt confident. He felt like he'd saved enough tire and fuel. Were you in the same position, or were you sort of cursing him, wasting away tire and fuel in a battle that you'd sort of half won already?
Well, it was definitely on the fuel game on that scenario. Um, I had to sort of micromanage it here and there to make sure that I got to the end, but I think just having that 1 lap extra fuel, or, sorry, that 1 lap extra tyres does always make a bit of a difference. But I did make an adjustment that re-tightened it back up as it was a bit too loose on the last run. But I think the track temp changed and tightened up, and I probably was pushing it harder. So so I burnt the front tires off, and then I couldn't really get to Shay after that once he started using my lines.
Yeah, like he said, he sort of once he sort of picked that and was able to sort of run that line, but a little bit higher, just to sort of in that unhappy middle ground, and then basically not being able to take advantage of it. If only some of the guys had thought of that a few races earlier, the championship battle might have been a little bit different. But yeah, as I said today, he picked the best time to come good and put that challenge on. But like I said, you also had teammates, of course, but Lockie, another one that finished front, determined who was winning the championship. So you sort of had to put that teammate's face behind you. Did you think at times there where you guys were battling that he might have been the sort of like do you have those thoughts where you sort of go, all right, as long as we win it, I'm not too fast and not concede but hand the baton over. Were there any moments there where you thought, okay, Lockie, you're going to have to be the one that wins, be the one that wins?
To be fair, no, I did not really think of it, but there was that moment where Lockie decided, I'm just going to go for it. But then at that stage, I was just sort of like rolling into the corners, trying to do my own little thing, trying to save it all. And then once he decided to go, of course, I was like, okay, I need to go a bit faster now. So, so I was just sort of playing follow the leader on every battler. But unfortunately, it was just going to end up being between me and Lockie because obviously Jason Holdsworth must have lost connection and it
Yep.
sort of took away. And then Bron wasn't here. It's sort of, yeah, but as much as it's great to say, yeah, I won the championship, but you know, when you lose competitors like that, it's sort of, you just sort of have to fend for yourself and just try and get the best outcome, but no real battle. It kind of sucks.
Yeah, yeah, it's like fighting, the 9 of 10 rounds of a boxing match are just so brutal and back and forth, and it's so not one-sided to come out of that sort of final round and just to swing away, no sort of recourse, I guess, is yeah, it can be a little disheartening, and obviously it makes the championship a little bit easier, but does that take away from it? Does that make you sort of get hungry for the next season? Or, yeah, and I know that obviously last week it was, I think before was pretty much SRM and Nitro Racing that the Stars boys got a bit of an ear bashing. So it's kind of good to see Andy out there and up there. And obviously I say Jace for Nitro, but no, USRM boys, I mean, look, you have been the dominant team as a team. If it was a team-based sort of competition this season, we'd be talking in the same order. Dominant.
Oh, for sure. No, it's been really, really good, and having a different ear because Matthew Budd just joining this year, and of course we thinged him and brought him to the team, and having a different ear and different perspective and different ideas. It's of course our main leader's been off and on, which hasn't really helped too much on that side of things, but still having that extra ear and working on things does make a hell of a difference. Not that I've done any, I'll be honest, I
Yeah,
haven't done a hell of a lot, but
I'm usually the
I
tester
just relying on
complainer.
what
Yeah.
others have worked out and drive to whatever I can do. But some work, some don't. But I mean, can't can't complain. Can't complain when you've won the championship. So yay!
So now it's on to defending it. 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
Uh,
Though I'm happy. I looked at season 2 and probably more tracks on the calendar are more my favourites.
yeah.
So so
See how
yeah,
they.
I'll just now bring that out there that most of the tracks on there are definitely more for me.
And it's always a good thing when you look at that, when you look at the schedule, and you go, yeah, even if it's just groups or patches where it's just like, I'm really going to track run or whatever. But yeah, the bigger the group of those tracks, the better it definitely feels. So, looking forward to that title defense for you there, man. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I feel like if it's not you at the end of the next season, the chances of one of the other SRM teams high as well, as seen by Lockie's run. You've sort of talked about it a little bit, but friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for the season?
I've got to shout out you, Bob, for broadcasting. Like I know the championship race didn't have as many cars as you would like, but it's still always good to watch.
Definitely.
Of course, Nigel and Jason and all them that put all this together with the league, and of course SRM Australia and Matty Ray and Lockie and Matthew Budd, and of course our sponsor Moondog. And but other than that, to all the competitors that ran this year, and hopefully season 2 is bigger and better, and bring it on.
Definitely come on. Bringing the SRM boys will take you. And yeah, Matty Ray definitely representing in the chat via YouTube throughout the playoffs, supporting you lads in the championship tonight. So I know he's quite proud of you boys getting it done. Well, look, congratulations, man. Like I said, 2 weeks until you get from reigning champion to defending champion. But enjoy those 2 weeks. You've got bragging rights over the lads for a little bit and over the team, and time to put the defense plan together.
Yeah, definitely. Who knows? They might let me put number 1 on the door. I don't know. No, I wouldn't do that. No, 06 is my staple,
That's
my
it. Yeah,
staple.
yeah. Don't confuse too much now. Yes, but no. 06 with a little 1 next to it or something. But no, definitely well deserved. If you wanted to go down that path, man. Look, I'll let you go join the after race chat. And congratulations yet again. Awesome race, awesome season, and congratulations.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, that was Ruben Phelps, our winner of the Friday Night Trucks, powered by Beat the Dark Mental Health Matters. Um, Shout out to him and the Team SRM boys, always putting in a great show. Matty Ray in the chat. Big shout out to the drivers, like I said, Nigel said in the chat, and I'll echo those sentiments. Himself, Jace, Tom, Andy for the tireless efforts. Peter and Scott on the review team, the drivers who show up every week with passion and determination. Beat the Dark and Nitro Racing for their sponsorship and support. Me, Robert TV, I'm so glad that I've been welcomed to be a part of this 19 race season. It's been an absolute learning curve, and I've seen some great Australian racing. And as an Aussie guy who normally broadcasts American League Speed, getting to broadcast what I've seen is the biggest Australian NASCAR series around. It has been an absolute honour and a pleasure on behalf of Bobbers TV, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. Obviously, I'm Bob saying a good night. Bye.